we gotta get him one.
Hmm?
They said elite. Where's your banner?
I'm gonna get with you on that. I actually
Yeah.
found something that I want to work on here,
Yeah.
but I'll send that to y'all later. We'll talk about it later. But it's pretty cool, and I think we can make it. So
Man,
Like
all
our
those
hats, we have them for
one-
sale. Do you need Dana White to come out?
right. No, you got it. Hell no, she ain't Latina.
The Vanna Brown.
Right.
That's hilarious. So while we have y'all here, we're waiting for Anthony to join us and make sure I'm not missing him here. Let's talk about our show tomorrow, guys. I'm gonna message him. George, take it away. You got it.
hey, Juanita, how you doing? I ain't had time to put one on today, so I'm gonna have to show my grades to y'all today.
No, pues, mira.
All 20 of them. I counted them.
It's not bad, man.
Well, that's what I can see in front of my head. I ain't get the mirror to look at the back.
gives it some pizzazz, some
I guess.
personality.
I'm starting to look like fucking Mr. Fantastic. Hey, Juanita, you watched the game on Saturday? What you think? I didn't really get to watch it. I was in and out of sleep. Yeah, Robert's got me beat. I think I might have to get one of those little gorritas that Robert wears. I'm gonna ask him where he got it from.
All right. Should we talk about the show for tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Tomorrow night, we have a special exclusive interview with Los Chamacos, but you're going to have to go over to the other world to catch the interview. You're going to have to go to the FB, okay? And catch our interview on there. Yes, what he said. So you have to go in there. So please go follow Sirius Tejano, and they're going to stream it. We'll share it to each of our pages, to George, myself, and Ophelia's page, as well as all the other mods. But we have a page on the book called Let's Talk Tejano. So go find our page on the book, and then we're going to stream it to that page as well, okay? So everyone go right now while we're waiting. Go and go follow us, and then you'll catch that interview. We are so excited for this interview. 8:15 tomorrow, okay? 8:15 tomorrow on the book.
Mary, what's that behind you, Mary? Look.
Behind me?
Yeah, look, turn around. I'm serious.
Whoa, don't tell me that.
Just look on your banner. Facebook.
Oh, don't not scare me. Oh my God. You gave me a heart attack. I'm sweating. Right there, that one. That one.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's what I was trying to get your attention to.
Yes.
Okay, well, say it in a non-threatening way. There's Anthony. So everyone go find us on this page, okay? I'm going to bring you up here real quick, Anthony. All right. Y'all have a mission tonight. I know. Did you see my face drop? Oh, my gosh. Oh, I was like, what did he say? Oh, my God. Okay, let me get Anthony in here. Now that I'm not sweating anymore. All right, let me see. All right, Anthony, I just sent you an invite. If you can, there he is.
Yep.
Awesome. Hey, Anthony.
How do I, let me see, how do I do this?
So now click on your profile, like click on your picture there.
Okay.
And then you should get a camera option.
Save. Oh, let me see here. Okay, camera. There we go.
Save. Hit save. There you are.
We are.
Hi.
¿Cómo andamos?
Yay. ¿Cómo estás?
Good, man. Very good. Excited to be on this radio interview.
No, we're excited for you. Let me see if I can organize the boxes so y'all talk amongst yourselves.
Hey, Anthony, let's just clear the air real quick, all right? I kind of brought this up earlier before you came on. I was trying to do some research on you here a while ago, and I kept on coming to Anthony Patterson from Well, hell, I don't know where he's from. You're not a murderer, right?
Question number one.
Number one.
We'll just clear the
Okay,
air right now.
So
Before
there's
we
Anthony Patterson,
even,
just like about a year ago, I think. He got
there you go.
Yeah, here in Midland, he got sentenced for murder.
Yeah, there you go, dude. I was like, man, wait a
No, that's
minute.
not me, man.
I
No,
was like,
I think that guy was like a millionaire or something, so he's not me.
I was asking Mary, is this part of his probation?
No, man, I'm far from it, man.
he's on the run, they said.
I'm on the run, yeah.
They know where to find you tonight.
It's not letting me organize the boxes, so we're just gonna stay like this tonight.
work.
TikTok's being a little weird, so it's telling me to log in, but
Right, because you
I'm
said
live.
FB.
Maybe. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I want to welcome everybody to another edition of Let's Talk Tejano. I am Miss Mary out here in Dallas, Texas. Buenas noches, everybody. I have my co-host here, and then we have our guest, Mr. Anthony Patterson. I'm going to let the guys introduce themselves, and then we're going to turn it over to Anthony, and we'll go ahead and get this started. Go ahead, Elite.
All right. Good evening, Anthony. It's so good to have you on board, man. I mean, loving the new track, and we're just excited to hear everything we can about you and about your music career and everything else, man. So thank you so much. And then we also have Mr. George Medina as well with us.
What's up, Anthony from Houston, man? How you doing?
Nice, good. I'm great, man. I'm great. Excited to be here. I'm excited to talk about my music that I'm in. Right, this is very new to me, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm excited, man. I'm kind of loving it, loving all the love from everybody reaching out, man, liking the music. So I'm excited.
Well, if we don't meet your standards, don't kill us.
Well, I think we're the first ones, right? So
right away, my wife. He's my husband right away, man.
Hey, Stephanie.
So there is a
Stephanie's
parole
like,
officer in here.
you are
Yeah,
on
he
the
said
run.
wife. That's code word for
PO.
PO, right? Keeping an eye on him.
Well, welcome everybody. Like I said, we have Mr. Anthony Patterson. I'm going to turn it over to you if you want to give us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and then we'll get started on the podcast here.
Oh, for sure, man. Once again, thanks for having me. Yeah, I grew up in Divine, Texas, which is right by San Antonio. And my dad was a musician. My dad he played bass for the old schools, like with Chacha Jimenez, all the old schools. David Lee Gatza's dad, Tony Gatza. So I grew up around music all the time, right? David Lee was at my house playing golf with my dad every Wednesday when I was in school.
Wow.
The Desperados. Me and Emilio Navaira, he was kind of kin, but not really, right? His aunt and my uncle were married, right? So he was part of the family, and so music was always around, right? So I used to hang out with Emilio a lot, and if you look at my Emilio medley, you'll see clips in my video of me and Emilio hanging out, right?
All right.
And so that's kind of how it started, right? So I'd hang out with Emilio on his bus when he goes somewhere, or David Lee backstage with my dad or whatever, right? So the Posty Strawberry Festival was real big when we were kids, right? So Tejano was always around, always around, right? In the backyard, my dad would be playing the guitar, we'd be singing, right? And so it was always around. So here, I work for Ron Hoover RV and Marine. I don't know if you've heard of us. We sell RVs and boats, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm the general manager of the store here in West Texas.
What?
And so I sponsor a lot of Tejano, right? And so one of my guys is Leo Correa from Grupo La Calma. He's a frontman.
Mm-hmm.
And so every time they would play, or anyone would play, they'd always tell me, "Hey, bro, come up and sing, right?" An Emilio song. So after some years, I don't know if y'all you ever heard of Eddie Pettis. He's a really good producer. He's a Grammy Award producer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He was telling me, "Hey man, let's record you. And I'm like, "Hombre, I don't want to do that, right? I don't want to record." So after a couple of years, I gave in, right? We recorded the medley, and it got really good reviews. It's all over the radio. It's on Radio Play. It's on FM. It's on the internet. And I was thinking when I first did it, I'm like, "Hombre, I on my Facebook shares on my post."
Mm-hmm.
The main thing I want everybody to know was, like, I'm not trying to be Emilio, right?
Right.
I'm doing a medley for him. He was a good friend. We hung out a lot. As a matter of fact, the last Super Bowl he was alive for, he was with me all day long, you know. But before he passed 3 or 4 months later, right? But we hung out quite a bit, man. My brother was Emilio's lawyer through all his things as well too. So we're all familiar, right? So you know, I did the medley because I wanted to pay tribute to Emilio, and we did it, and the song kind of took off, right? And we got good reviews, and I didn't get too many haters at all, you know. And everyone on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, everybody was pretty positive, right? And so I see quedamos, and then I was Eddie told me, hey, bro, let's do an EP, man. Let's do an EP with 6 songs, and you know, we'll go from there, right? And so I was listening to an old school Moss, right? Jimmy Gonzalez and the boy at Kansas City. And I'm like, bro, I love that song, man. You know, let's redo that one también, right?
Yeah.
So I went into the studio and we went 2 or 3 times, and we finally got it right to where I liked it. You know, and it's always funny, right? Because when you hear yourself sing, you don't like the way you sound. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been in the studio, man, but when you hear it, you don't like the way it sounds, right? So after about a month and a half of hearing it over and over, I finally like it, right? And it's gotten good reviews everywhere, man. And so I'm real excited about it, and we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna do an EP. We're gonna do 6 songs, and then go from there and see where it takes us for sure.
That's great, man. That is great. I mean, I can't believe that, because that was one of the biggest questions. You pretty much answered it, and that was, you know, you think about it, you did a wonderful job on the track once again, and I think that's really the biggest reason why they're not hating on you, because it came out so well. But you know, it does, to know that you had that history with him, and that's just paying a tribute and an honor to him as well, is just makes it that much more stronger of a track.
It was definitely heartfelt, man. You know,
I would imagine.
I think my more importantly, I think what my niche is going to be with doing music is I want to bring back old school music with a fresh new sound.
Yeah.
Right. And that's going to be my little niche. You know, Jesse Turner just wrote me a song for me to record, which would be my first original song.
Okay.
Right? And so we might do that one. He was in town with me about probably 2-3 weeks ago. We were having lunch, and he was like, "Hey, bro, let me ask you this, bro. If you were to write a song, like, what would you write about, right?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know, bro. Like, I've never really thought about that question, right?"
Yeah.
Well, don't tell me right now, bro. Tell me. He was about an hour and send me a text, right? So he wrote a song about, when I told him, I said, "Look, bro, the song I would like it would be, when I look at my son, it reminds me of my dad, right?"
Yeah.
My dad's in the car business. He just retired 2-3 years ago. I got in the car business with my dad, and I'm like, dude, my dad, me and my work, my business, everything. So he wrote me a real cool song that will be probably the last song on this EP. So I'm gonna have 5 covers of old school Tejano that we renew in a fresh, cool sound, and I'm gonna have 1 original that Turner wrote for me. So we're excited about that too.
That is so exciting, because so we often talk about, and I want to answer real quick while I have it up on the screen. Elevate Logistics LLC, saludos and welcome to Let's Talk Tejano. We have Anthony Patterson. He is an artist here in the great state of Texas, and we're gonna get to know him. So hang out with us so you can get to know him as well, right? And welcome everybody that is tapping, sharing, and commenting in here. We see you, we thank you. But we often talk about covers, right? And I think that was your biggest, from what it sounds like, that was your biggest, like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Like, because covers have a hit and miss, right? Covers can be detrimental, or they can be take your career away, right? And I think for you, it worked out because you made it your own. And we talked about that a lot on our show, that if an artist makes their cover like them and, you know, modifies it to what their sound is, then you're going to have a good success, because they're getting to know your sound through a song that they're already accustomed to.
You know,
and that's something that we have, you know, issues with in the Tejano world, is we like the old school, but I think you adding a twist to it helps elevate it and kind of brings us into the newer genre, the new sound.
That's a very good point. You know, I think when we look at music and Tejano music, you know, the truth is that there's a lot of great artists, man. I mean, I can count a lot of artists with a lot of talent, man. And I hear the new stuff. Asalto. I mean,
Yes.
Jordan is badass to me. I don't know if I can say
He's
ass, but
so talented.
talented, right? And I hear his music, and I mean, he's just one of them, right? That I know is just full of talent, man. He comes with energy. He puts out good music, But when you're at a bar or a club, or that they put on a new song, and it's like la gente that they don't get up, right? But
Yep.
you put a David Lee Garza song on, everybody gets up, right?
Right.
And so when me and Eddie were talking, and me and Leo were talking about, what I want to accomplish or what my niche is, right? I want to come out with older music that people already kind of know, but have a brand new feel. So maybe it'll still be kind of a new feel with a new style to it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to steal anybody's songs, and I'm not trying to steal anybody's thunder on however the song was done originally. I just want to bring a new, fresh feel to so people can embrace. People can embrace the music that was already there. I mean, all these songs were already hits at one time. They're
Right.
proven they were hits.
Right.
Well, you're just continuing the legacy, and I think that's really important to know that in Tejano music, if you think about it, these songs were written years and years and years ago, generations ago, and if they wouldn't have been passed on and rewritten, or not so much rewritten, but just replayed, in other words, redone, re-recorded, I mean, but that's the history of music. That's really the history of music in general. So that's great. But a question for you: you mentioned, old school music. Name some artists that are old school for you? Because of course you look very young, so
I'm not.
I don't know.
I'm 41 years old, bro. But
Okay, okay,
man, for me it would be like Los Chachos, Jesse
Okay.
Serrata,
okay.
which I think is gonna be probably one of our new mix.
Yo,
Los los de Texas, from Dilley, Texas. Aquí estoy in Denver, California wine. If anybody's in the chat room, they should know what it is. Los Tuenos de Texas.
Okay.
Los Tuenos de Texas, right?
Yeah, 'cause you can go back to Agustin Ramirez, La Movida, of course Little Joe, things like that. But I'm glad you mentioned them because that gives us an idea of maybe where you're going to be going and what we have to look forward to listen to. So
For sure, no,
that's awesome.
That's gonna be my next.
Yeah.
I'm a big Los Chachos fan. Grupo Bad.
Okay.
I love Joe Lara, man. How he comes
Yeah.
out with Chachos medleys.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of a dude that I can hear the accordion, and I know they're from Corpus. That's Houston. That's San Antonio style, right? You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's South Texas style. That's Carrizo style. Eagle Pass style, right? And so
Right.
I enjoy hearing all that stuff. But I'm a big old school Los Arcos, Los Dos Gilbertos. I mean, all those is gonna be if I think I can sing it right. I mean, that's another thing, right? We can all love to hear it, right? But it's got to sound good because you're paying tribute to those medals, right?
Right. You're trying to do them justice, no?
You got to do a good job.
Yeah. But that's great because we all do. We all have our interpretation of old school. And then for some, like for me, it's kind of the '90s. But I want to steer clear of that because then that means I'm old, and I don't want to admit to that. But for me, high school was the '90s. So you look at all of the artists that were really big and hitting in the '90s, and of course we can't forget Selena, and stuff. But yes, for me, you can also go back to, like I said, like Agustin Ramirez, Grupo Mayo. I mean, some of those older ones, de la onda chicana. So that I'm really glad to hear, and that some of the artists that you named, like there you go, Ruben Vela, for example, because that allows once again those artists to be highlighted once again and to resurface, but definitely with your talent. So we are definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, no, me too, man. I'm excited, and it's crazy, man. When you brainstorm with your team, right, on what to produce and what to do, and I'm like, man, and then like you're thinking about one song, you're like, oh, dude, what about this song, right? What do we do this one, right? So it's your mind's always creative, right? I always try to with new stuff to sound good.
Yeah.
No, I mean, absolutely, dude. I mean, you bring up a lot of good points, and I'm gonna kind of touch on what Mary brought up here earlier about the covers. I mean, obviously that's been something that's been discussed here before with previous artists. I know earlier you said, man, I was kind of stressing about what was I going to get any haters, for the Emilio medley and so on and so forth. I mean, quite honestly, man, even if you did get some negative reviews, dude, it probably would have came from a source that probably wasn't even worth hearing for in the first
Right.
place.
Yep.
I think with covers is a thing right now. I think we pretty much established that right now, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, y'all talking about the history of music. Look at Jose Alfredo Jimenez, dude. Going on what 80, 90 years of history of his music that still goes on to this day.
Yep.
They converted them into cumbias and so on and so forth. I mean, it's a legacy they left behind for musicians like yourself to kind of test your waters on.
And I've been talking about this here. I was with so I do a lot of Tejano events at my store, right? Like I do RV shows. Like I just had Lucky Joe. If y'all see my Facebook, Lucky Joe is at my store. And then what I did was I promoted a backyard party on the radio station. And so like caller number 8 got a backyard party with Lucky Joe. So we got to go to someone's backyard, and it was really cool, right? But
oh man.
But I was talking to Lucky Joe, and then I was talking to David Farias about this, man, about 2-3 months ago. I'm like, whoever wants to come up and kind of in our industry and on that, I mean, we've got a lot of good people to mimic, right? Or at least try to get some. It's not like in the 80s and 90s and 70s where these pioneers had to come up with a whole new sound,
Yeah.
Like we've got people that we know, that if we just kind of do something with what they did with a little bit of our style and where we're at now, like, there's a lot of reason for a new Tejano style to come out because we've all had good teachers,
Yep.
right? So,
Yep.
I feel hopefully, every new artist gets some clout, right?
Yeah.
To be able to showcase their new stuff because there's a lot of talent, man. I see all the time, and
Yep.
now that I've done some music, some videos, my friend requests and stuff, and I see their music. I'm like, dude, these guys are badass.
Yeah.
This chick's badass. This girl's cool, man. And so hopefully with social media, man, a lot more artists get discovered because there's a lot of talent. And if we don't embrace that talent, where are we going to be in 10 years from now, right? If all we keep is wanting to hear 90s Tejano, where are we going to be in? Because let's be real. In another 10 years, a lot of the new kids won't even know what it was in the 90s, right?
Right.
I mean, so it's important to keep it going and show everybody support. And when we talk about haters, I had one hater, man. I had one hater, and I released my YouTube video on the medley, and you'll probably see it, man. But he was like, "You're no Emilio, right?" And I'm like, well,
What'd you say? No.
I'm like,
Yeah.
duh. I'm like, duh, right? I mean,
Who said I was trying to be?
Yeah,
I wasn't trying to be, man. So I mean, I've had one hater so far, man, on my stuff, and and so we'll just keep it going and see where it goes. And
There's always one. There's always one, bro. Like I learned in the military, there's always one dumb, that's gonna blow up the platoon. There's always one. So, yeah, that's not bad at all for so many that have seen it and that have heard of it and listening to it. So, good. That's great.
You've touched on a few topics that we often bring up,
Yes.
which is introducing the new style or allowing a newer style to come into the Tejano Conjunto culture. Like, we absolutely need it. Like, it's essential for us to evolve, and other genres keep evolving or have evolved. And I look at, like, everything that's going on with country. There is, like, a guy on here that refuses to play anything besides 90s country. And I'm like, wow, that's great to celebrate. But are you really doing any justice for the country world, And I see DJs do that. And as you know, because you've been on my show, I showcase everybody. Like that's just what we believe, here on Let's Talk Tejano. All of us, we want to showcase everyone. We want to highlight and we want to celebrate our classics. Like, we can never forget them. We need to keep introducing our younger generation to them as well. But we also need to highlight our newer, and we have so much talent. Like you said it a couple times, but that's always what I say is there's so much talent out here. Like Asalto, like West Texas, Entrego, Jay Sterling. Like, there is so much talent out there.
And the talent is not like the talent making music in their room at home, right? It's talent that's spending money in the studio, grinding, for hours. Like, I mean, all of us. I mean, all of us have real jobs, right? We all have real jobs. We got to figure out how to make time to go and record and to go,
Right.
and I mean, and it takes money, right? It takes money to do things, and so I mean, if you're someone that's actually trying and you're spending money and you're doing your grinding and you're doing your job and just for the love of music, at least be showcased, right?
Right.
Right.
At least don't be hated on, right? Because
Right.
I pa todos, right? And it's just music, right? At the end of the day, we're just trying to play music.
Just
Great
be
music.
open-minded. Open-minded, I think, is the key word. Just being open-minded, because I hate to admit it, but I'm blessed to be here, part of the show, and the reason why I'm the newest member of Let's Talk Tejano, and that's because I was doing TikTok, I was doing my lives on Saturday, and I found myself just always 90s, always 90s. Why? Because it was a comfort zone for me. That was my way of, of course, playing, relaxing, giving back. Had people coming into the lives, and I thought that was great. But then I did notice that. Well, when I stumbled upon Mary, then I saw and I heard everything she was playing. But then it would be a song that I had just played, but from a different artist, and it caught my attention. And I'm like, wait, who is that? And if I wasn't open-minded, then I would have never. I'd still be doing my show on Saturdays and not be part of this, family now. But it is true, man. I mean, there's so many new artists, and they're putting in that time. Just be open-minded. That's it.
Oh,
Just
I mean,
listen to it. Take the time.
if you look at, if you just hear the music, right, like the new conjunto, like Imposible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yes.
those guys are, they're fucking insane, bro. Those guys are
Yes.
insane musicians, right?
Yeah.
And you can hear them. You're like, oh my god, they're just awesome musicians, right? And they have a great sound, and it's new conjunto, it's progressive. Not just one of them, right? I'm just off the bat that I just think of when I hear them. When I was at Fanfare this last year, and they came on like at 3 o'clock, and it was hot, bro. It was hot, right? And I'm like,
Was it Saturday?
We're staying here. I'm gonna sweat my ass off because I want to hear Imposible, right?
Yeah.
But bands like that, man, that the fans want to sweat their ass off for, right? To see that they're so full of talent, right? So
Yeah.
we got to embrace it. We got to embrace that stuff.
You do. You do.
We do. And we thank all the fans that are in here learning about Anthony with us, and hope that you go to his YouTube and check out his video, go to his Facebook, go follow him on there. Be sure you're following him here on TikTok. I told him you might need to post a little bit to help. I did tell him that, just so y'all know.
All this is so new to me, right? Like I did my first medley a month and a half ago. I just came out with some new music, so I'm not this is all new to me, right? People call me, hey, how can I book you? I'm like, you gotta give me a couple of months, bro. I mean, I got my band in the words. Give me a couple of months, but it's coming, right?
That's a compliment, though.
And Leo tells me, hey, bro, just tell me your book. Tell me your book all year long until you get it.
I'm already booked that week, but what do you got?
I'm doing a private. I'm doing a quince. No, but yeah, we got a band that we're getting together. We're gonna do some music, do an EP, get a set going, and and just see what comes out of it, right? I enjoy it, and I'm a person that if I do something, I want to do it perfect all the time, right? So it keeps me being creative and figure out new things. It's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun.
That's
Most
great.
definitely. Welcome in from Kansas City. Hello, Lolly. Hello, everybody.
My song?
Yeah, like I was just gonna say, Yavapa, Kansas City, Lolly. Welcome everybody that's tapping and sharing the live. We definitely appreciate all the engagement, the gifts that we see on here. Those are gifts, Anthony. That's actual gifts that people are sending you that you can exchange for money. Just so you know, that's what those are. But thank you guys for the gifts, the taps, the likes, and the shares. Tell everybody we're live right now interviewing one of the hottest, newer music artists. He's not new to the game, but newer to getting out music. Big salutes to all the artists and DJs that are in here. Thank you guys so much for supporting Let's Talk Tejano. We definitely appreciate you all. So, Anthony, we learned at the very beginning you had a lot of influences growing up, especially with your dad, and I want to highlight that. Who do you think was like the one, besides your father, right? Because that's your dad. Who besides your father were you just like in awe watching play? Like who has been your biggest?
Sure, for sure. Anybody who knows me, it's gonna be Emilio.
Okay.
And Emilio to me was like, I told you like we're kind of kin, right? Like so if you ever meet Ian Alaidas, they're all going to tell you that the Pattersons were all family, right? You know, but I didn't meet him till I was like 20 years old, right? And I remember seeing him at Rosedale Park in San Antonio, seeing him on stage with his red shirt, and then every guy in the '90s wanted to dress like Emilio. Like
Yes.
he started that craze, that fad, right? Everyone went through their Emilio stage, right?
Right.
And I just thought, my God, that was my all-time idol all the time. Anybody who knows me knows that, right? That I'm all Emilio, right? So he was my biggest influence, man. I remember being 8 years old doing the Emilio shuffle in the mirror, right? And singing all of the songs, and doing the shuffle, and practicing it, you know, and you know that was my biggest inspiration, hands-on. And then towards like about the last 10 years of his life, right? We got to really hang out, right? And you know, and I would sing with him. He'd bring the guitar. I mean, I got videos on my phone. I mean, he was definitely my inspiration for anybody. I I feel at that time he was the biggest star that any kid could look up to and be like, man, if I want to be a Tejano artist, I want to be like that guy, right? And he was mine for sure, definitely.
He definitely was, man. I'm telling you, '90s were great with him, and just even beyond that, and his legacy.
La Tropa F, man. La Tropa F.
Yep.
That's another one, man. They would have come out on the stage, like in all camouflage, and the fire's going, the pyro's going. You know what I mean? I was like a little kid, like, oh my God, right? Like, I've been so excited watching them, man. Then La Sombra.
Yeah.
You know, Tony and La Sombra. I mean, La Mafia. You know, and just Mas. You know, I mean, and I'll tell you another one's probably gonna bog your mind a little bit. That I was like, oh my God, when I would see them when I was a kid, Esculturas.
I love seeing them.
In Delia, I was like, oh my God, like I want to be like D when I get older, right?
They had so much energy on the stage. Oh my gosh.
They're still doing. They're still out there doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and D, they're awesome. Like you said, let's go out to DJ Danny Red and DJ Sip. Saludos.
Saludos, welcome in.
Yes, welcome into the DJ supporting us. I hope y'all are already playing Anthony Patterson and jamming out to his music. I know Sip and DJ Danny Red there, but so Emilio was probably top for you. And when you got to jam out with him. When you were recording this, were you in the back of your mind like, I wish he was here for this to
sure.
see?
No, yeah, you know, even I just he would tell me, right? You know, but Emilio was anybody who knows Emilio, right? If anybody's watching that new Emilio that ever drank with a guy and party with him, he would tell everybody, "Hey, bro, you can sing." Everybody, because he wanted to make you feel good, right? You know, he had a guitar. Hey, Emilio, hey, puedes cantar, you can sing, man. You can sing, right? And I was just thinking, you know, when I was in the studio doing the medley, I'm like, you know, I wish he was here because maybe you just batted a little bit. Maybe, hey, Emilio, I told you could sing, right? I never knew if he was just telling me to make me feel good or whatever, right? But I'm in the medley and it came out, and when I finally heard it mixed, I'm like, wow, man, like it came out the style I want, like conjunto, progressive conjunto, with a new feel, a new style, and man, I think he would have been proud hearing it for sure, right? You know, because he was always real supportive, man. I got plenty of stories, right? But I just think that if he were to hear it, I think he would have been very happy.
I agree.
He absolutely would have, man. I mean, he is, you know, speaking, you know, he is. I mean, you did that medley justice, dude.
Thank
you really did, man. And you know, when Mary played it for us here, I was like, whoa, dude.
Right. Who is that? Why don't I have a copy?
Where's this guy been? Then I read your article. He's been in the Pokey. There explains it.
This is going to be the cheese from the page.
I was like Snoop Dogg. Remember when he recorded his first CD?
Yeah, there you go.
I'm a glass with a phone.
He's like, this is what I'm hearing. So really quickly, let's play a little bit of Emilio medley, if you don't mind. Let's get everyone to hear it. If you're not following Anthony, por favor, hit that follow button. Everybody in the boxes. But let's hear the Emilio medley, and then a little bit later, we're going to hear his newest release. So hang out, okay?
There we go. Let's see if I can get it on here.
No pressure. No
No
pressure.
pressure, right? Súbele.
Acércate a mí, abrazados junto así, no podrán separarnos. Aunque tus padres no quieren, tus amigos no comprenden que nos vamos a casar. Si te dicen soy perdido, como pájaros sin nido, no saben la verdad. Mi destino es contigo, querida, vente conmigo. Quiero amarte más y más. Si te crees tú de ellos, no saben la verdad. Si pienses mi amor te deseo, mi vida y acabar. Y yo sé que yo te quiero, mi amor es muy sincero, no saben la verdad. Mi destino es contigo, querida, vente conmigo. Quiero amarte más y más.
Man, that one's a
That's
great one, right?
awesome.
Ahí equal. Now, we're not going
That'll
to play the
make
whole
you
thing.
want
We'll play
No.
some more of it later on in the show, but
Well, I was gonna
We
say,
want
just to make
you-
you want to
idea
crack a
right
cold
there.
one. I don't know what one.
We want y'all to go on all the music media platforms, stream it, download it, request on all the DJs you see in here hanging out with us. We got DJ Danny Red, DJ Sip, DJ. We got Roland out there. So DJ Roland. So big saludos, Jaime Tejano to the core. Saludos, welcome. But yeah, y'all go find him on all the music media platforms as well as YouTube. And go stream his music. Go watch the video. He has a really good video for this Emilio medley. So go check it out.
So you work at Ron Hoover,
I do.
and I mean, are you still currently there?
I am.
Yeah, dude. How do you balance it, man? Because you got some gigs coming your way, I bet. So how do you
Yeah.
balance that life, man?
Man, we're just gonna be we'll play it by ear, right? Luckily, I'm the general manager of the store, so I got a good staff, that gets after it, and I mean, we got you, boss man, we got you, man. Go do your thing, right? If you want to go, and my staff's excited, right? Like they like, hey, boss, I heard you on the radio today, man. I heard you on the radio to go to work, right? And so they enjoy it too, right? And so, I try to make it back. I record in New Braunfels, Texas, that's where I record. I try to make it back maybe once a month or maybe twice a month, right? And we'll go in. I'll do like the first draft, and then I'll tell the producer, hey, bro, I like it, but I don't like this. I want to go back and do this again, right? There's normally about 2-3 times I'll go back, and then from there we just go back to work, right? And then maybe once or twice a month, I'll get some local bands. Hey, bro, you come sing songs with us, right? We're gonna be gigging here over here, and I'll show up and sing over there too. So it's just gonna be on the weekends, right? Saturday and Sundays, or a festival on Sunday. I'll do that. I'm actually gonna be they have a big church festival here in Midland that I'll be showcasing my music at. It's gonna be at Chico Me Ram. It's gonna
Hey.
Me Ram La Calma, David Migarza, Chente Barrera. There's gonna be a bunch of big lineups, and so I'm gonna be very, very nervous going up and doing my stuff, right?
I'll tell you what, this is second week or third week in a row that we have an artist up here, an up and comer, self-independent, and hey man, I ran into George Street in the hallway. We said hello for a little, we chit chatted nonchalantly, and then yeah, man, I shot the shit with Emilio, barbecue drink. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
you
what
guys
the hell, man?
It's funny how life kind of just brings it kind of full circle, right? I always knew I wanted to do this, right? I always knew I wanted to do it, but como todos, right? We all doubt ourselves, right? Maybe what's everybody gonna say? What are they gonna think, right? What's David Lee gonna say if he hears my song? things that matter, but really don't matter.
Yeah, but with you, it's more like not what David Lee's gonna say. What's David Lee bringing to the carne asada? Though?
That's what I told my wife. I said, man, more important than anything, I want to show my kids, right? If you want to do it, just go do it. If you want to have a dream, just go do it, right? And if anything ever happens to me, God forbid, my kids have my music to hear. You get to hear my voice, and it lives on forever, right? So, we're gonna keep going, man. Like I said, we're gonna do. I got 4 more songs in the pipeline that we're gonna be doing. It should be done by about February with everything, and then we're going for EP2.
Awesome.
And so we got stuff in the works, and it's really, really cool, man. I'm very blessed, and I got a really good team. Eddie's an awesome producer. Leo Correa, the guy that did the accordion, he's a frontman for La Calma. The way he plays that accordion, man, is just so beautiful. The musicians that I get to use are the best in the industry for an up and comer like me. I mean, I got the best of the best production team and the musicians and everything on my back, having my back. So, I mean, I couldn't have taken off any better than we took off for sure.
Great advantage. Great advantage.
What is the inspiration for the second album, dude? Where's that coming from?
My first one's gonna be like a homenaje, right? Homenaje to everybody that I loved, right? I think I'm gonna do. I want to do a La Sombra one.
All right.
That'd be cool.
That's gonna be badass.
I want to do it. I want to do La Sombra one. I want to do a. No, we'll save it for later.
Okay.
I
Maybe
almost
at the
had
end
you.
of the
Almost
show.
had you there.
Almost at the end, so y'all hang out.
I want
I
to
was
do.
like, I got him. I got me a Marlin.
I want to do Los Chachos.
All right.
La Sombra, and then there's another band from my hometown, from Carrizo Springs, that when I was a little kid, I just thought that they're Tejano breed. I want to do one of their cumbias.
All right.
Then I've got 2 more. I got to figure out what to do with. But that's my plan going into the studio in the next couple of months.
Cool.
That's awesome. You also have a good support system. I found your music through your wife. So you have a really
That's
good
right.
you have a really good support system. So shout out to Stephanie,
right.
who was like, "Hey, can you play my husband's music?" I was like, "Let's do it."
And be nice about it.
She was gonna see my raw face here and see everything. So
She told me today, she's like, "Oh, really, babe? That's the one." I shared your music. I thought she saw it. I'm like, yeah, for sure. So I've got this one. I got another one on Thursday, and one on the 25th, and I'm supposed to do a radio interview in the Valley coming in October. So
that's awesome.
yeah, that goes too.
That's awesome.
I've
Well,
almost.
it's starting to roll. It's starting to roll. Like I see it for you. I hear it when you sent me. So I'm gonna tell the secret. He sent me the Me Voy a Kansas City like in July, the beginning of July, and I was like listening to it when we went to Vville, and I was like, oh man, can I play it? He's all, no. I'm like, God dang it. I was like, God dang it. So I've been really excited to release this one.
You're a little kid, right? Like I want to show everybody, right? And like the producer's like, no, just stop, bro. Quit doing that. Quit doing it, man. Like,
that's the pride of a DJ.
I didn't leak it though. Okay, I didn't leak it.
But that's the pride of a DJ, you know. And I was a little upset with Mary when I heard the Emilio medley, and then I was like, wait, and I just was like, hey, why don't I have that one, And I was kind of upset that she played it first, and I'm like, damn.
I'm a little upset now because
my wife streamed it, so she saw it, man, and it was. And then when I first saw it on your TikTok, I'm like, oh my God, someone else they heard it. You know what I mean?
we were with Mary in Beeville, and she was quiet as mouse about it, dude.
I really was. He told me not to share it.
You had this the whole time in your back pocket, We were out there.
I did.
Yeah, we're going to talk after the show.
He now knows I can hold a secret, though, okay? So we got.
I don't know if that's good or bad for us. We're going to talk after the show.
Yeah, for real.
What secrets you have now?
Put Mary under spotlight.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a release party without you, exactly. So, So yeah, I when I first heard it, I said instantly, like within, because the first 10 seconds, I know where it's going and what direction. Sometimes, I'll be like, oh, it's gonna grow on me. But when I first heard Me Voy a Kansas City, I was like, man, it has. I hear the old school, but I hear the twist, and I was just so excited. I was like, man.
I got to the studio, I'm gonna say like 7 o'clock in the evening, right? And Leo, one of the producers on the cut, he's like, bro, when you hear the intro, bro, like you're gonna like, like when you hear this intro, bro, like be prepared, right? Be prepared, bro, right? And so I come in, right? And I drove from Odessa to New Braunfels, so I had like a 6-hour drive. I get to the studio, we're all hungry. My wife's hungry. Gets to the studio, and Eddie puts the intro on. And I'm like, oh my god! Like the intro is badass, you know. And then for the rest of the song, you know, it's great too. But the first, when I heard the intro, it doesn't even sound like the Kansas City song at all. So you have no idea kind of what's coming, right? And then it comes, man. So no, I was super stoked with the intro.
We're going to hear it in just a bit, so don't go anywhere. Y'all don't go anywhere. We're going to hear that in just a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit more about it. Hello, everybody. But yeah, when I first heard it, the intro, yeah, but when you started singing, I was like, you put it together so nicely. Like I can't wait for your other, you know, like that you're doing the Majes. Like I can't wait because I feel like you're going to put that spin, but we're going to hear that old school. And I think right now, it's essential for what's going on with Tejano music, like trying to let go of the old, but still embracing it, celebrating it, while still allowing that new sound to come through. So I think what you're doing is essential right now.
That's definitely the goal, right? Is to put a brand new, fresh sound with some old school music, right? No, I don't want people to. I don't really. I say that loosely because I really don't care, right? It's my music. I'll play how I want to play it to begin with, but I want people to be able to embrace the old new with a new sound, and people, the older people to be like, hey, I remember esa rola, man. When we were over there drinking beer in 1993. Remember they do the song again, right? And it's a fresh feel, you know. And that's the whole goal. I think that's gonna be my little niche on trying to come up with some new music.
Can you share what band members you're putting together?
No.
Dang it.
No.
Maybe later.
No. Maybe,
what are you drinking right now? Wait, what are you drinking? Stephanie, can you get him something to drink, please?
We need to send something over to his table.
Stephanie,
we'll catch him slipping. I'm gonna show up at Ron Hoover, pretend I can afford it. I'll get it out of him.
I'm just gonna wait, bro. I go to look. I'm like, how does anybody afford this stuff?
Stephanie, can we get a shot of tequila over there, please? Right. I think he has a little dry throat. Maybe some whiskey or something. I'm
not gonna pretend I want to buy one. I'm gonna pretend I could afford one.
But you have some good artists. You have some good band members that are gonna join your crew.
I got some. I got some studs that are gonna join me here pretty soon, man. So really excited.
I can't wait. Definitely. Okay, so one more question before we get into the song a little bit more. Any collaborations that you would absolutely love to do right now or in the future?
I've got one collab gonna be on this EP.
He's contemplating.
He's contemplating. I can't say who it's gonna be with, but it's gonna be a DOG medley, with a badass musician from Houston, Texas. I'll say that. Everybody knows.
Okay.
All right.
It ain't me. I know that.
There's your clues. Y'all can put them in the chat. What you're thinking.
I'll keep it like that. He's a badass musician from Houston, Texas, that everyone respects and likes. Badass bajo player, and so we're gonna do a DOG medley. It's supposed to be hopefully on this EP, and so we're supposed to start hitting that one in a couple of weeks in the studio. All right. So it's gonna be I forgot so it's gonna be the DOG medley. I want to do Los Chachos, and then the guy from back home in La Sombra is what I want to do for my next 4 songs on my.
All right.
Plus the one that Jesse Turner got to write for you.
He wrote a song. He wrote a song um, that's like a perfect feeling on how I when I see my son, I look at my dad, and when I go to work and I go, it's just a good collaboration of feelings of words. My little boy and my dad look exactly alike, right?
Yeah. Wow.
And so when Turner asked me, I said, dude, if you're asking me about what a song I'd want to write, it'd be one of how every time I look at my little boy, I see my dad every single day, right?
Right.
And so he wrote me a really nice song. So I don't know if I'm gonna do it ranchera or cumbia, or I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. That one I'm gonna take some real time and put that music together, right? But yeah, so that's gonna be if I do any original on this EP, that's gonna be the only one I'm doing right now.
Okay. That's beautiful. To answer some of y'all questions, and DJ Sep, he said puro heavy hitters.
Yeah.
That means the songs that you're going to be putting out there, puro heavy hitters. So thank you. And then David Enriquez, he is from Divine, Texas. And fun fact, Anthony, my daddy was born in Divine, Texas.
Really?
That's where my daddy was from. So yeah, he was born in the city of Divine. So when you said that, I was like,
I grew up in when I was a kid. We lived in Carrizo Springs, Carrizo. Then we moved to Divine. It's all South Texas, and now I work in Odessa, Texas. I'm out here in the oil field country, you know. So
yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of musicians out there to pick from too.
yeah,
So
that's it.
yeah, we got a lot of talent out there. So do you guys want to hear a little bit of the new song? Are we ready for that? What do y'all think?
Of course, I think so. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Terry has family in Divine as well.
nice.
One of our mods out there. So Divine, even though it's small, we have a lot of ties back to Divine.
So me voy a Kansas City.
Let's go.
All right.
Me voy para olvidarme de ti. Me voy para donde no conozco. Al ver si así me olvido de ti. Al ver que te has ido con otro. Me voy para olvidarme de ti. Me voy para olvidar tus besos. Al cabo ya no eres de mí. Al cabo sé que te perdí. Que goza de tu amor el otro. Me voy a Kansas City. Me voy a Kansas City. Me voy a Kansas City para olvidarme de tu amor. Me voy a Kansas City. Me voy a Kansas City. Me voy a Kansas City para olvidarme de nuestro amor.
Man, you got some good comments in here. I hope you're reading
Telling
them. We
you.
got some dancing emojis, some beer emojis. The music is caliente. They're asking if you're thinking about doing one in English. They said that's a hit. Absolutely beautiful. Awesome. So we got Colorado, Washington in here. And even Elevate that didn't know who you were. He said that music's great. So
Thank you, and I appreciate it, man, for all the comments. Thanks for all the love, man. It's still kind of surreal to me, right, to put music out that people like, right? Or I'm still in awe. I'm still shocked for sure.
It is. It's a beautiful feeling knowing that somebody's vibing out to your talent, you know, and it's just a way of expressing, you know, for us as DJs, we get to play something that, you know, we like and we hope someone else likes. You pack the dance floor, but to actually play that music or to sing it, it's just on a whole different level. And so I can only imagine how you feel. And well deserved.
When I heard on the radio, like I got misty eyed. I was like,
Yeah, I bet. It's moving. Absolutely, man. Yeah.
Really cool,
Yeah.
man. Really cool, and I'm so stoked, right? That people like it, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Big saludos go out to Krispy Kreme. He's from West Texas. He's a drummer out there for Grupo Imparables. So big saludos going out to Grupo Fuerza Imparables. Sorry. So big saludos and everyone out here, the real Mary, everyone that's commenting. Sunny, we definitely appreciate you all. Thank you guys so much.
Well, that definitely don't sound like the original, you know, but it just shows how evolution takes its place not just in the real world but in the music world as well.
For sure.
You know, I mean, there had to have been a lot of hard work that went behind the scenes to bring this song from what it was originally to what you just did with it, like we just heard right now. What I mean, when you hear it and then you compare it to the old, what do you think, dude? I mean, obviously you're obviously you got to beat your chest, man. You know you did badass on that, you know. But at the same time, you know, you kind of reflecting back and be like, man, did I do this one justice? Or what's left? Do you feel like you put everything into it?
I'm in my truck a lot, so I play Jimmy's version and I play my version. Then I play the '70s version, I play my version. And I'm like, bro, I think I did them justice, man. You know,
Yeah.
I really do. You know, I don't think I came out with something that I'm trying to mimic them exactly, right? I think you can tell there's a difference on the different the different song structures.
Yep.
You know, but I think that I don't think I would hope that Jimmy would like it, right? If you were here today, I mean, the musical genius that he is, just the musician he is, the talent level that he is. If he would have heard it and liked it, it would have definitely it would have made it all worthwhile for me for sure. You know,
Yeah.
you can't get better than Jimmy G, bro. You just can't. You know, and you know, and that's another thing too, man. You know, my brother's like, bro, you're you're trying to redo like real dudes, you know, like in Jimmy G, like you got to be careful, bro. And I'm like, no, I know, man. You know, I know. So it's back in my mind, like, you know, when I'm going to record, I'm like, bro, I'm not just following anybody. Like, these are real dudes.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so you got to come and it's got to pop. It's got to sound good. It's got to be original, but not too original, right? So,
Yeah.
so there's there's always a fork in the road, right? So
You sound great, man, and you know, obviously, if it was easy, anybody would do it. So you stepped up to the challenge. You knocked it out the park, man. So
thank you,
that's
bro. I
all I'm saying.
appreciate it. I really appreciate it.
Are you going to have an official band name? That's one of the questions from DJ Player, who DJ'd from what I could remember, from 1980 all the way to the 2000s. So shout out to DJ Player.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking it's going to be AP band. You know, that's what we're thinking, right? It can always change, but as of right now, I think it's going to be AP band, the AP band. You know, is what we're thinking right now. So,
Sounds good.
Well,
but it can always change, right? It can always change.
you can't talk about them though, so it's gonna be AP and the Ninjas, I guess.
The AP band and the silent
The
one.
Tejano Ninjas.
The no names, the no names.
Names, yeah, no, can't talk about them yet, but when it all hopefully when it all comes together, it'll all work out. You know, it's got to be the right mix, right? It's got to be the right people, the right mix, the right people that aren't just on it. Don't just do it just, you know, for the paycheck, right? People
Right.
that you know we're all invested. We want the same thing. We're all heart. We love the music. We do it for a reason, and it's all aura and energy, right? So,
Yeah.
but whatever you do, right? So that's
Right.
that's what we're looking for. That's what I'm looking at.
So is the plan to stick around West Texas until you get that established and then maybe try to venture out and play in different areas?
No, I mean, we'll play different areas. You know, I would like to play I think me personally, I'd like to do festivals, right? Like the church festivals and music festivals, stuff like that, right? You know, even if
They're
I
called Jamaicas, right?
even if I
Jamaicas,
gotta
is
go
that the
that
name?
route, right?
They're called Jamaicas, right?
The Jamaicas, yeah, the Jamaicas.
Yeah, okay.
You know, I'm not saying I don't want to do bars and clubs, but I don't want to be on the road 2 in the morning every night. That's not kind of where I'm at career wise.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I've got a full-time job, and So I'm not. I don't want to be doing this at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. You know, that's not my goal. My goal is to put out some good music,
Mm-hmm.
maybe gig 7, 8 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's just keep trying to revamping a new style of old music. You know,
Yeah.
that's my goal. That's my ending goal to
Now,
whatever I'm doing.
something you brought up, and I'm just going to throw this out there as well. I don't know how everyone would take this, especially the venues that are doing, and I come from a venue as well. But I think that is something that I think a trend should be starting, and that is the family events, the events that are for all the families. Because I've had to take my daughter with me just because we don't want to leave her at home. You know, we're in the situation we don't have a babysitter all the time, and the venue that I'm part of is a sports bar and grill. Now, unfortunately, they don't play until maybe 11 midnight, and that's been tough. But when you talk about, the Jamaicas, for example, or the other social events, the carnivals, things like that, I would really, really like to see more of those venues and more of the top name bands playing
No,
at these venues, because it's a family event. You can take the family. And what is it that we're always trying to stress? We're trying to stress on the younger generation.
generation. That's what I was going to say.
I want my daughter's 11 years old, and I want her to say those are good memories for her, and then to continue that on. And what better way than, once again, a family event in that time frame, those hours.
Bro, like I don't want to be I don't I don't want to be in a place where I can't take my kid to go see me.
Right,
Right.
right. Yeah, yeah.
I want to go somewhere where my kid gets to see me on stage. My nieces, my nephews, my family's
Right,
right, and no
right.
one's acting a fool.
Yeah,
And like I said, I'm not against doing bars. I'm not saying I'm never going to do them.
right,
But that's
right,
not my prime. That's not my prime thought process on what to do. Right.
right.
I
Yep,
want to go to where I can showcase new music,
yep,
showcase a little fresh sound,
yep.
and the younger generation can hear it and
Mm-hmm.
know that it can progress, right?
Right.
And
Yep.
that's kind of my goal. That's not my goal. That's what my mindset is as of
Yeah.
right now, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I hope that is something that is, once again, I mean, nothing against the venues. I mean, like, I'm part of one, but I really just love that atmosphere of having my family, and that's the best way to, once again, pass that music on.
For sure.
Is having them there. So, well, hopefully, maybe it'll pick up. Maybe it's something that we can get going and talk to different promoters and say, hey, let's do it. Let's do it. So, we'll see. We'll see. I got a few, I think agreements in the chat. So, appreciate it, man. Especially DJ Sip.
I mean, when you look at the other types of genres, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like country music,
Mm-hmm.
rock music, they're all outdoor big festivals,
Right. Right.
and all the families are there, right?
Yeah.
And,
Exactly.
and,
Yep.
we can do the same thing in this style of music, right? We got to,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
everyone's got to, a lot of bands have to make a living playing where they got to play. That's what it is, right?
Right.
But
Right.
I do think that doing more outside festivals, that
Mm-hmm.
it should be something that the industry wants to embrace, right?
Right. I would hope
Well, and
so.
it falls on the responsibility of the viewers,
Yep.
because if you all go to these events and make them successful,
Mm-hmm.
whether they're free
Mm-hmm.
or $5-10,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
take it as an investment into our music, okay?
Yeah.
Because they're depending on us to fill up. If we see the venues fuller, they're going to have more events catered to the family. But if they're
Right.
not seeing people
Mm-hmm.
out there, it's hard for them to justify spending a lot of money on a band, which we got to pay our bands, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it takes all of us. It takes the bands wanting to do these venues. It takes the DJs spreading the word out, but it
Mm-hmm.
also takes us as the fans of the music. And I'm talking to everybody that's watching, whether you're a DJ, a musician, or just someone that loves the music. We got to get to these venues. You got to go watch the bands and spend a little bit of money. It's an investment to our music, if you think of it that way, because I don't see us having an issue spending, and I'm just gonna say it because it is who it is. But George Strait, some people spend like $1,000 to go to a crowded venue to go see
Guilty.
him. Yeah, I mean, okay, I would do too. I'm not gonna lie. But are you also gonna go spend $20 to go watch 3 bands at a park and take your family?
Right.
we need to be spending that same amount of energy toward our music. Take them
Right.
to fanfare, take them to fiesta,
Mm-hmm.
let them hear the music. And I know
Mm-hmm.
it's not their first choice. It wasn't mine when I was a
Mm-hmm.
kid and my mom and dad had music, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I know what that means. I have to clean. But I grew up with it, and now
Mm-hmm.
look, I love the music so much.
Yeah.
And it will happen for your kids if you, as the fans, introduce them. So it takes all of us. Like, and that's
Yep.
one of the premises of our show is that we want to show you that you are important, just like our artists are important. You all are essential because you listen to the music, you buy the music, you go watch the music, you request the music. But it's up to our bands to produce good music, and they're going to do that when they see that. When
Mm-hmm.
they see you all reacting to their videos or streaming their music or going to YouTube and watch their videos
Yep.
or go to a venue.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes all of us. It takes all of us. And that's really the biggest part of it is that you all are very important to the music.
You know, and to piggyback off that, I went to the Conjunto Festival in San Antonio 2 3 months ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had never seen so many young people at a Conjunto Festival. I mean,
Wow.
it was jam packed. And I mean, you're talking like Conjunto, right? The Lázaro,
Mm-hmm.
Jaime Leanda,
Yep.
uh, Los
So like
Delta
deep,
Boys, Conjunto
some
Cat,
deep conjunto.
you know, like
Mm-hmm.
rural deep Conjunto. And it was packed with young kids. I mean,
Wow.
enjoying dancing, not fighting, not causing problems, just enjoying the music, right? And
Wow.
that's the way it was whenever I was a kid. So for me to see that,
Yep.
I'm like, you know, it's a power of social media. It's a power of
Yep.
the shares, the likes, you know, all the
Mm-hmm.
free stuff. And I was amazed seeing how many young kids were at the Conjunto Festival this year. I mean,
Wow.
it was popping and it was packed.
And
So
that's
Beautiful
a
sight
shout
to
out
see.
to,
yeah.
yeah, and a shout out to our schools because a lot of the schools have like a mariachi band or a conjunto in their
Mm-hmm.
bands now, which
Mm-hmm.
is phenomenal. Like I grew up in Colorado, we probably had 5 Mexicans in my class. Like that's it, you know. But like coming to Texas and seeing the other side of that, it's
Mm-hmm.
amazing. So you all take advantage of that if you have kids that are learning that,
Yeah.
the instruments and
Yeah.
introducing them, and you never know, who you're going to influence. Someone could go watch Anthony sing and be like, I want to do that, and you encourage your kids to do those things. So hello firefighter, hi.
And when you look at all the big bands that are hitting, right, like the Frontera, the Duelo, the Paranda, all these bands are all border bands, right? Because they have conjunto in high school, they have conjunto, and that's why they have a big presence on the music industry for the Tejano or for the Norteño life because they have those programs in the schools, right? And so I'm kind of in the works with a radio station in San Antonio, and and here in West Texas, we want to do like a San Antonio's Got Talent, right, for Tejano,
Mm-hmm.
for the country, for the young kids,
Yeah.
and raise money to give back to the schools to be able to fund the conjunto programs, not just in the valley and other parts of the Texas to keep us going as well too. So that's also in the works for the kids because they have to. It's got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Big
Yes,
shout
he
out going
said
out to
West.
like Cecilio Garza, who's doing the same thing. You know, he's a legend at doing that as well and teaching the younger generation.
Yeah, and they're making a whole podcast on him and all of his connections. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
shout out to our friend Lori Jean.
Uh-huh.
Krispy Kreme said West Texas. Yes, West Texas.
Yeah,
Anthony's in Odessa, so y'all are neighbors, Krispy
Yeah.
Kreme.
for sure.
That's awesome. You're doing that for the young folks, man. I mean, shit. I
Good
mean,
to
you
hear.
said you're in your 40s. I mean, I'm in my mid 40s. My youngest son, he's a drummer. He's got a band, but it's thrash metal, thrash rock, which I don't mind listening to myself,
Yeah.
But it just shows how this new generation is kind of taking a left, you know,
Yeah.
a left turn out on some of the things that probably I can't say I'm not guilty of doing it because I mean anytime we're in the patio queuing it up, man, I got Tejano playing. It's like they never heard it before.
Yeah.
It's just it's in social media. It's not out there as much for them as far as what they're looking at.
Right. Yep.
I mean, I showed him, J Jams from Loca Pasión. He's a drummer there, and I was showing him then. And he's like, man, that dude's badass, Dad. Yeah, he's a Tejano artist. You can see that, the different genres kind of, he brings it together. He does his thing, but that's what's really missing, man. And it's a damn shame because it's like we said here before, it's not just about the music, man. It's the whole culture that's involved into this thing.
But didn't your son say he wanted to try and incorporate like a Tejano song into their set list?
Yeah, that was very short lived.
You never know. You can revamp that.
Yeah. It's not on his EP, so yeah, I didn't make it there.
They will. I mean, they will. As they get a little bit older and they appreciate their dad and their mom, or they think, I remember my dad used to listen to this. It's just that's me, right? A lot of everything I do is my dad, right? You hear my dad in the backyard with the guitar, and David Lee come to the house, and we got to bust up the accordion, right? And those are all my memories, right? So when I was a kid, and I mean, granted, I like the Jay-Z, the Beyonce, that was all popping when I was in high school. Right? I graduated in 02, but I was like the only one that was jamming like Conjunto, right? In Tejano in my car, right? The Desperados, like I was a huge Desperados fan. They were always jamming in my truck, and I had some other friends too that liked it, right? But when I see my friends' kids now, like the kids that like Tejano, they're picking up on the bajo and the accordion, right? Not so much the keyboards and the horns, right? But because of the bands coming up, right? A lot of the kids right now, they like the bajo and the accordion, right? And that's great because it's keeping traditional conjunto still alive, and with a new sound, new vibe. And these kids are very, very talented. So I'm excited to see where the next 5 years of conjunto Tejano mixes go, right? Because it's definitely getting more popular within the young kids for sure. The conjunto and the bajo and the accordion.
I agree. I think there's going to be a little bit of a mix if we allow it to happen. If we embrace it. If we embrace it as the fans, I think there's going to be good elevation in that style. I definitely agree. I feel like you've watched our show before because every topic you're hitting on, we're like, yeah, we talk about that. We talk about that.
I've seen it a couple times, right? And I always want to chime in, but I'm like, once I start, I don't stop, dude, right?
I'm like, you took my next question away. So just to kind of circle back to your style, would you call yourself more conjunto or would you say you're Tejano? If we were to have to give you a title, which I don't really like to do, I think we should just kind of let that flow. But if you were to give yourself a title, what would it be?
I think it'd be Tejano. I would think it'd be Tejano. Like I'm not, when I think conjunto, I think of like the real the bajo, like the real raspy, with a drum, just the bass, bajo, drum, and accordion, right? That's like the conjunto, raspy, right? And mine's more like a progressive conjunto style, right? But I think it'd be more. I'll tell you like this: if you were to ask any hardcore conjunto fan what that is, they would say Tejano.
Okay.
I would think, right? I mean, if you
I can see that.
But I don't think if you were to ask a diehard Tejano, if it's conjunto, they'd probably say no, it's more Tejano, right? I would think it's more. It's a good mix of it both, but I would say it's probably more Tejano.
Well, there's always going to be that one genius going to raise his hand and say, well, it's technically not Tejano because, man, you know what? It's freaking music. We're enjoying it. And if he wants to label himself as Tejano, then that's what it is.
But in my music, all it really is just the bajo, bass, accordion, and drums. That's all I got.
Say you're influenced by conjunto, and so that's why I asked the question because I was like, where would you put yourself in that spectrum? Because your influence has been a little bit more Tejano, but conjunto.
And we've been talking like, hey man, do you want to bring a sax? Do you want to bring the sax in? On my next song, do you want to bring the sax in? Do you want to do some keyboard? And I'm like, no. I think I want to keep it right where it's at, right? Yeah, I might do a sax, maybe. I don't know, right? But my liking is more conjunto style, but this is a little bit fresher, newer kind of sound. So I don't know. I really don't know where it would make sense. To tell you the truth.
The DJ player said, if you have a keyboard, it's Tejano.
Yeah.
DJ Sip says it's Tejunto. I like that.
I like it.
And then You have a Faustino Sanchez said, way to go, cuñado. So,
Cuñado. Hey, T-Bird.
so big
Welcome
saludos out there. Welcome. And if you're not already following, please go follow Anthony and DJ Elite, George Medina, and myself. We are a podcast called Let's Talk Tejano. Where every Tuesday we talk to artists, bands, DJs, labels, and we talk about the Tejano culture and how we can all be involved. Okay, so
That's not a sign. Just saw Michelada jump in. If that's not a sign,
right? Let me go grab one.
I'm like, whoa, man, look at that.
Big saludos to all the DJs and artists that are in here: Chris Rivera, Krispy Kreme, DJ Sip, the 1000s. Thank you guys so much.
The 1000s?
Yeah, I saw the 1000s pop in here. Rolling.
Welcome in the
Saludos
1000s.
Conjunto Compas. Hello, John Cavazos. Saludos. The homie Anthony dice the 1000s are in here.
Jaime, what's up? What's up, Jaime?
So John Cavazos, Conjunto Compas. Well, we will ask a Conjunto artist right there. And big saludos to Chris Rivera, drummer for Tex Maniacs. Big saludos.
Nice. Beast.
Yeah. Yes, the beast. Very talented. John Cavazos, would you consider his style more conjunto or more tejano? I wanna get some feedback on that one. While he's waiting, while we wait for him to answer.
Okay. So we got 4 people, like us, y'all 3. What would you say it was, George?
I would go with Tejano.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Elite?
In all honesty, I say a little bit more conjunto, just
Really?
because. I mean, if you do, because then you have artists like La Sombra, some La Mafia, when you have the teclado, for some reason, for me, that's what I associated with more Tejano. But once you hear that, like you said, that bong, that accordion, the heavier accordion, the bajo sexto, for me, that's a little bit more conjunto.
And John said conjunto. I hear the influence of conjunto, but it's not a full
right. It's not the heavy, right?
Yeah, it's not like deep conjunto sound, but I hear the influence of the conjunto.
Yeah.
I mean, the kicker for me is just hearing what your influences were, the what you came, what you grew up with.
Yeah.
The artists that you knew. I mean, to me, that's the kicker for me.
Yeah,
because that's where you gain your inspiration for the music and your creativity. That's why I lean more towards the Tejano side.
But Tejano. Every genre changes, right? Every genre goes through and I'll tell you like this, man. And I don't know how much time we have, but I remember being a kid, man. There was this place called Janie's Record Shop in San Antonio, right? Anybody
still open. They're still open.
Yeah, and I remember being a kid and being like, do you have Duelo? And they would be like, that's over here. That's not Tejano.
He's behind the curtain.
I always kind of remember that, right? Like, Duelo's over here, Tino's over here. That's not really Tejano. Tejano's kind of over here. And that was like the J. Perez, the Emilio, the David Lee, the Gary Hobbs, right?
Yeah.
And I grew up, and I think in my prime when I became a really big fan, it was Soledad, Duelo, Signo, Grupo Iman, just to name a few, right? And so
Negami.
I never considered any of those bands not Tejano when I was growing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So I really feel like it's kind of just I think what Tejanos feel is really Tejano. It's not really Tejano anymore. I think it is like the border feel, right? The Soledad, Duelo, Signo, Grupo Iman. All that to me is Tejano. To me, in my mind, right? So it's kind of hard for me to separate them both.
Yeah. What about La Movida? Then you have artists like La Movida that have a lot of guitar, or even go back to Little Joe where they had organ, but that's still considered Tejano.
Yeah.
Orquesta,
So
that's a little bit orquesta. So you had orquesta, Tejano, and conjunto. Those were your 3 main genres.
Yeah. I think Tejano is just the umbrella, and then from there you kind of go down because as a DJ, especially if I'm gonna mix, and I'm gonna mix a song, I'm not gonna mix a La Movida song with something heavy like the Hometown Boys.
Yeah.
Because of the different instruments that it has in it.
Turn some heads. Let's do it.
We got a lot of DJs in here too that would,
You have country, you have Texas country, you have graphic country.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah.
So it's, I mean, it's kind of
Exactly.
the same. It's kind of the same thing. I would even say like Tejano's even like you got San Antonio Tejano, Corpus
Yeah.
Tejano,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tejano, Houston Tejano, Dallas Tejano.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
a little different mix, but it's still Tejano, right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah, it's all beautiful to me, man. That's the one thing. And speaking of beautiful, we've had all of the artists once again,
Mr. Deborah,
are all of the DJs that are in the chat as well. You know, especially like the 1000s that came in. DJ Sip as well. You know, especially like the 1000s that came in. DJ Sip, people like that. Thank y'all so much to come in and support us because I think we are one big family and we just really, really need to spread that love. I think there's a little bit of hate out there going on, and for some reason, and I don't know why, but there is. But it's good to see everyone once again, and then of course supporting our man, Mr. Anthony Patterson. So thank y'all once again for y'all's
Absolutely.
time.
I think going back, John Cavazos, and big shout out to the Conjunto fam out here. I think nowadays you can really categorize music because you can't really categorize music because of bands that are thinking outside the box. So it's just, I think we need to kind of start letting those. I mean, we're gonna always know that accordion and the orquesta sound and the tejano. There's always going to be a little bit like Elite said, like you can't mix like a heavy conjunto with with something that has like some organ in it. We know that as
Yeah.
DJs, we know that as fans, we don't want to hear that stop, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we can embrace all these artists that are doing something different. And I think at the end of the day, that is the message from Let's Talk
Yep.
Tejano. Like
Yep.
we just got to embrace the fronteras and the bands that are help elevating the name of Tejano, whatever that means to each of us in our own heart.
You know, and I was-
Celebrate the old and classics, but embrace the new
Yep.
and be.
I was talking to Lucky Joe about this day before yesterday, right? Because did y'all see his? I don't know if it was TikTok interview or the interview. He was talking about Frontera. He wasn't bad mouthing
Yeah,
nobody.
yeah, I did
No.
see that video. Yeah,
He
I
wasn't
did.
bad mouthing anybody. All he basically was saying was, you know, Frontera style of music is kind of Tejano-ish, right? I mean, it kind of is. It's got, and people will spend a bunch of money to go see them, but new Tejano music comes out, and that's Tejano, right? And we were talking about that yesterday. He's like, even like Frontera when they come out on stage in the intro, they have Bobby Pulido, Roberto Pulido songs, right? That comes out on the intros, and people are still saying that's not Tejano. You got this big band trying to showcase Tejano music, and people
Celebrate
are
us. Yes, and people are mad about it. They're
still
like,
hating,
don't
right?
call
So,
us. Yes.
See
Don't
another.
do that.
See another interesting point from one of our commenters down here, Michelada, that you brought up Sonny Salcedo. I'm sorry, he or she. I didn't mean to. Well, I guess that's what I get for assuming. But
Go ahead.
don't know much about Tejano. That dude, Salcedo, puts a sour taste for us that don't know much.
But
He
that's
went up. He
one,
went
that's
up to.
one band.
Well, okay, that's one band. But he went up to America's Got Talent. I think he did Tejano. I think he did this genre a big favor by getting up there, because now people are going to be a little bit more curious about it. People who don't know about it, that's just the way he presents his art. That's his creativity, and I don't understand where the hate is coming from on him. I really don't.
And you got to think, right? These are judges that know nothing about Tejano, nothing about our culture, nothing about anything, right? Had he done that in the Valley or in San Antonio or in Corpus, it would have been a way different outcome with the judges, right?
Absolutely.
And you
we
can't
know
take away the guy's talent. I mean, the guy is
Yeah.
phenomenally talented. Been doing this for 25, 30 years, and people might get offended if I say this. When you can get up and with 5,000 people and do your thing, and that takes a lot of balls, a lot of nuts, right?
It
So,
does, man.
you
It
know,
does,
so-
and that's what I'm saying. Like everybody has their way of doing it, man. That's
Well-
his. People people remember Sonny Salcedo from when he was Eddie Gonzalez, so on and so forth. The type of stage appearance he had back then. Fast forward to what he's doing now. Hey, you know what? He's on his own now.
Yeah.
That's the way he's
He's
expressing
got some
himself through
good
time.
music, man.
He
He's
does. He really
But it
does.
doesn't matter. I mean, so I agree. Not everybody knows about Tejano music. And what Michelada just said, curious, yes, but y'all need to step it up. We have so much media at our fingertips. Just like how you found us tonight, You can find DJ Elite, DJ me, myself. Sorry, I didn't mean to say it like
What's in that cup?
Oh wow, let me put this water away. You can find many DJs just here on TikTok. We have apps, Live 365. We have Revolution Radio. We have the Triple M Show. We have Sirius Tejano. There's so much apps. Tejano Up. We have so many apps that are playing new music. It's at your fingertips. The Google is free. The search engines are free. If you really are curious about it, message one of us DJs. There's a lot of DJs in here. 1000, DJ Sip, DJ Elite, myself, DJ Danny Red, whoever else is in here, and I didn't mention, it's no hate, I promise. There's just a lot of comments right now.
No,
but
absolutely.
Message one of us because there is so much music out there. It's at your fingertips. It really is. There's no excuse at this day and age that you don't know Tejano music if you are really interested in it. And if you're just catching on to it, we'd love to educate you. We would love to showcase the music for you because that's what we love to do anyway. And it's all in a positive spin. We want you to love the music. Sunny Salcedo is one individual. And yes, is it controversial what he did up there? Absolutely. But what it's doing is we're talking about him.
Exactly.
We're talking about Tejano music. We're talking about conjunto music. We're talking about him going on stage to America's Got Talent, and he represented the Tejano culture. However he did that, I mean, you have people out there that were juggling. I mean, who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
He went up and did something that I could never do, that other bands never got the opportunity to do, and he did it. And at this day and age, we need as much exposure as we can to bring people in, like Michelada, that may not know a lot about it, but now let's go. Because if you go to YouTube and search, let's just say Anthony Patterson, you find his music, it's going to relate to somebody that's just like him, and then you're going to keep going down the line.
That's right.
Right, and if Anthony decides to cut his sleeves off on stage, like Sonny, we'll still support him.
If Sonny would have went to The Voice, he might have gotten some chairs to turn. I'm not The Voice, right? The one with the chairs turn around.
Yeah, the Voice. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
When he went to America's Got Talent, where you got people that juggle and you know what I mean. That these aren't like they're music judges, but I mean that's not. If he could have went to another show and it'd have been a whole different outcome, right? So
Right. If they were judging his voice or his band, they were judging the entertainment as a whole. That's what they were judging on that show.
yeah.
I hope you all understand that there's a difference between him singing something. He was showcasing a talent and performing. However he did that. And I'm going to tell you that by him being on that show, it may have, I've seen a lot of the comments, and I have to bite my tongue because I get really upset with people jumping on that and hating him when, I mean, and he doesn't care. He'll just put on the comment, thank you for supporting me.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I've seen his responses. But I just think it's so disrespectful to the Tejano culture that you say you love if you can't open your eyes to say, okay, you might not like his style. Great, let's move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next one.
Right.
And you don't have to be negative about it. We could have sat here and judged you for not knowing Tejano music, but that's not what we do here. We want to educate and open the doors and say that there's a lot out here. There's so much talent. Just like Mr. Anthony Patterson. Sorry, Anthony Patterson, I'm going to call you a murderer next. But there is so much talent out there that we want to showcase to you all. Every Tuesday night, come on the show. We have so many different band members, so many artists, so much talent that comes through and talks to us every week. So I'm just putting it out there.
And Michelada, appreciate the comment though, because this is what we're looking for. We're looking for interaction.
That's right.
I highlighted your comment because you made that was your personal point of view.
Right.
And we're here to share each other's point of views, and this is the type of interaction we look for. There's no right or wrong opinion around here because everybody's to each their own. But this is what opens up those the tough conversations to kind of examine or basically examine the state of Tejano. Some of these things have to be said and they have to be discussed. So do appreciate the question, Michelada, and do appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's not the only one that feels like that, right? I mean, there was comments everywhere that felt the same way. So it's not just her feeling that way, right? But at the end of the day, he's whether he likes his performance or not, doesn't take away from the whole last 30 years of him being a phenomenal musician,
Yep.
having phenomenal talent. So
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, like I said, he expresses it in his own creative way, and I give him props for that because, man, he's a talented person. I like his music, I really do.
He's very talented. He's been around for a lot of years, a lot of knowledge, and I mean, we're not going to beat a dead horse here. There is just a lot of talent out there. That's all we're going to say, and I celebrate all the bands, all the DJs out here that are doing the work that we're doing is just showcasing new music and showcasing new artists, along with letting you hear the old and bringing in the new. And
right.
yeah, back to Anthony. Yes, back to Anthony.
This is my time. I can get up.
No, wait a minute.
Don't get him mad now. Don't get him mad.
Right.
We Googled
Catch another
you,
case.
Catching a case on TikTok.
Don't Google Anthony Patterson, okay? Just don't do it. You might think differently about him. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. But so we've talked a little bit about. I'm going to showcase a little bit about what we've talked about for anyone that's come in new. He has 2 songs. Right now, the Emilio Medley in Mevoya, Kansas City. We heard a little bit. If you want to hear it again, we'll definitely play it for you. I'll just put it in the comments. But he is looking to release an EP very soon, and he has a lot of talent supporting him. So if you're not, they said, let me hear it again. Which one, Emilio Medley or the Mevoya, Kansas City? Y'all pick. But he has a lot of talent that is supporting him. And we're soon going to find out, maybe tonight, I don't know, who his band members are.
We'll see if we can get that out of him.
He won't tell us tonight. But they want to hear Mevoya, Kansas City.
All right. Well, let's get that then. Give me just a minute. I'll get it up here.
That's so awesome. For your first one, hey, you're doing a really good job. You're doing a great job. You're doing a good job. Hello, Benzo. They want to hear Kansas City. Flawley's from Kansas City. Big saludos going to Desiree. Thank you to all our mods, everyone that is tapping and sharing and commenting. I want to give a quick shout out to our official sponsor of Let's Talk Tejano, which is A Fuego Lento Seasoning. And they are the official sponsor. If you go shop A Fuego Lento Seasoning, which they have seasoning for all your grilling needs, they have merch, they have hats, knives. Yes, they're phenomenal. afuegolento.shop. And if you do shop with them, use Tejano20 for your discount code for us, and you'll get 20% off. So we are so excited. I'll share the info with you, Anthony. If you're a griller, definitely go check it out. They have amazing seasonings. afuegolentoseasoning.com.
Shout out to Rick Balderrama, otro guy from Divine, Texas. Balderrama family in Divine, Texas.
All right.
Rick?
Yeah.
All right. Hoy no más.
A bailar.
bailar.
Big Saludos. Let's see. The 1000 said Leo got a little of that DLG in that box. The drum tracks are fire, they said. I'm going through the comments real quick. Yeah, great song. Fire. They said it's fire. There is a request to see if you would sing for us tonight. So
Me voy
I don't
para
know.
olvidarme de ti. Me voy para donde no. Me voy para donde no conozco. I got allergies right now. It's a little dry.
So no, that sounded great, man. That's great. Thank you.
We put him on the spot, and he did it.
Yeah, you went with it.
That's right.
You went with it. So, obviously, you said earlier that you get a lot of encouragement, a lot of support from Ron Hoover. I guess
Right.
you're Ron Hoover, right? Safe to say that you're not going to be short a tour bus when it comes down to it, right? How's that hookup going to work out, man?
Man, I don't know, but I'll tell you this, man. I am very, very blessed to have owners and my bosses that I have that are very, very supportive, man, and in me doing this, right? Like my owners put like they'll do the fire emoji on my Facebook, right? And they don't get mad, right? They could be like, hey, you need to figure out what you want to do, right? You're gonna run my store, you're gonna do music, right? But they're very, very supportive, man. They're a great organization to work for, and I couldn't be more blessed to be with a rally organization that lets me do my thing and supports me and lets me afford a good living for me and my family.
That is a blessing.
They said, sing while you sell.
Right.
You need an RV to go to Kansas City.
That's right.
That's good, man. So, any special shout outs to anybody, man?
Man,
Anybody
shout
got
out
in
to
mind?
all my family on here. Joanne, Joanne's seen in the heart. She's my sister. She's going through her own battle right now. We know in a couple months if she's gonna be just fine though, right? She's battling breast cancer right now, but she's a warrior and she's gonna pull through. My sister Deborah, my wife, my little boys in the room. He's dancing, hearing Daddy sing. So all my cuñado, Tino, all my family friends on here. Thanks for all the support, man. I really enjoy it and I appreciate it.
It's all about the fam.
Right.
Big Saludos got to Chris.
And to the 1000, man. To the 1000.
Yes.
Always support my music, man.
Yes.
Jaime made a badass mix with it was like a David Lee, Emilio, Anthony Patterson. All these big dogs and Anthony in the mix.
He's like, let's put him in the middle so we can showcase him.
Yeah. Amanda too, man. Thanks for all the support. All the radio DJs everywhere, all the FM, the AM, all the TikTok, the internet DJ, all the radio showing support. Thank you all so much for. I cannot believe how much overwhelming support I got with my music. I could not be more grateful for any of it for sure.
Makes it that much easier when it's good music, man.
Danny, keep on Danny. Danny's a badass songwriter. He
Yeah.
the one that wrote Yo sé que tú, David Farias.
Yeah.
Wow. He was the songwriter for that song. He won the Tejano Award on it.
Welcome in, Danny.
He's also here in West Texas, and so we're talking about him joining me as well too, and Danny. So
Oh, we got one band member right there.
maybe yeah. So we're in the talks without Danny too.
Keep on filing in.
Everybody come in if you're in the band.
And we got Chris down here from Los Tex Maniacs. I know you're interested in doing some festivals, man. You want to go? Maybe he could message you about the one he's headlining, the Tuna Festival in Nebraska.
We gave him a special festival just for his own talent right there, and we called it the Tuna Festival.
The Tuna Festival.
Yeah, he's headlining it, singing it, playing the drums, all of the above.
Nice.
So, any plans to make it out here towards Houston, Dallas, and not just you come over here, but any gigs lined up?
Man, I don't yet. We're gonna open up the books for gigs coming in the next year.
Okay.
To get out of here and do And, as a matter of fact, we were at Camp Lagoon. That's Camp Lagoon. I thought Houston, but
Camp
Lagoon,
Lagoon.
Park, and they do the outside Tejano events. And I talked to the manager there, so maybe booking us out there. But yeah, I'm about a couple of months away from having maybe about a month from having a full band, and then we're gonna once I do our plan is when I do my EP, I do my 6 songs, then we do another 5 songs to have a 4-hour set, and then we'll start doing festivals. That once my EP's out, people know my music a little bit, and they're kind of comfortable with me, kind of know what I'm trying to accomplish, and then we'll go from there for sure.
That's a big shout out to the fans out there. Please go stream his music, download it, request it, keep it hot, keep it going on all the charts. Anywhere you hear Tejano Conjunto music, go request his music. Anthony Patterson. Just go stream it on all the music media platforms. Go heart him, go like it, and that will help him elevate him in those platforms as well. It's something that we ask of all of y'all. If you see his songs being used on videos, repost them, reshare them, like them. That's all free, right?
Yep.
So help us out, help Anthony out. And those are the things that you can do to help elevate that music, especially when you see like the 1000s, just ask for it over and over and over again. Yep. But yeah, DJ Elite, he has a show on Sirius Tejano every Tuesday and Thursday from 10 to 12. You can catch him there. So he'll be playing your music tomorrow. I think he got it on there tomorrow. And then I am on here Saturday and Sunday with Sirius Tejano. So we definitely will be supporting you as well as all the other DJs that are in here.
Thank you for the support, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for letting me come on and bullshit with y'all a little bit, right? And hang out.
Great conversation.
Exactly.
I had a great time, man. I had a great time for sure.
Good, man.
Once again, thanks for all the support. I really appreciate it.
That's what it's all about.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Big shout out to your wife for the one that referred. Initially
And
referred.
And the craziest part is she's not even a Tejano fan, right?
Oh, really?
She's not a real big Tejano fan at all. But I'm breaking her in. I'm breaking in a little bit,
Yeah,
Can't remember if we covered this earlier, but country, man. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of crossovers going on, a lot of collaborations. What's your thoughts on that, and any aspirations for that?
I'm thinking on my next EP to do a collab with a couple Texas country artists that I've been talking to already too. Maybe do like a "Have I Told You Lately That I Love You" from the Milo country. I do the Spanish side, right? Just things like that. Do like an Emilio country, Tejano type deal. Things like so. That is also in the talks on my second EP. Some collabs.
Danny said he has some country songs for you too. So
All
he's
right.
got you.
Hey, Daddy's always got me. Daddy's always got me. I'm ready to rock that whenever you are.
Yes, so.
Yes. So everybody that's in here, please go follow Anthony. We get him some more supporters on here, and he'll start posting a little bit more. That was the deal.
Yes, I will.
But go find his music on all the music media platforms.
Yep.
Follow him on Facebook, here on TikTok, and stream his music. Download it again. The Emilio medley, Me Voy a Kansas City, and new releases coming out soon. He's in the studio constantly. And it's because we are loving the music. So he's getting the vibe from us. So let's give it back to him and support him in any way that we possibly can. And we definitely appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on the show. Let's Talk Tejano every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. Talking to the best of the best.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Anthony.
Appreciate you, brother.
Good night.
Thank
Have
you.
a good one.
A wonderful evening.
You too.
Thank you so
for
much.
everything. Thank you for everything. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir.
Bye. Oh, that was so much fun.
Great.
It was. It was a lot of fun. We're all alive. We're good to go.
Thank you all to our new followers, everyone that joined us tonight. It was an awesome interview because of you all. We take your comments. We read them all. We appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us on a Tuesday night and learn a little bit about our artists and how you can help the Tejano Conjunto culture. If there's anyone that you want to see on our show, send any one of us a message, and please be following Let's Talk Tejano, George Medina, DJ Elite, and myself. I'll let the guys say good night.
And I forgot to ask him about 10 questions.
Stop it. So tomorrow night, okay, let's talk about tomorrow night. On the book, if you go follow Sirius Tejano, if one of our mods can put Sirius Tejano, go follow Sirius Tejano. We have a special interview tomorrow night on the book, and it's going to be with Los Chamacos.
Yes.
So tomorrow night with Los Chamacos on the book. So you got to go follow us on the book at 8:15 tomorrow night. We're going to be live with Los Chamacos.
That's
You're
right.
not going to want to miss it. We are very, very excited for Let's Talk Tejano with Los Chamacos and Sirius Tejano. Sirius Tejano is a great supporter of Let's Talk Tejano, the Triple M Show, and DJ Elite, and George Medina. We appreciate Sirius Tejano so much, as well as A Fuego Lento Seasoning. So go find us on the book. Go find Let's Talk Tejano and Sirius Tejano. Go follow us. We're going to be streaming to those pages tomorrow. So 8:15 tomorrow, Los Chamacos. You're not going to want to miss it. We're very excited about that interview tomorrow night. It's a special interview that we're doing at 8:15. I'm gonna let the guys say goodnight, and then we'll let you all go.
Yeah, appreciate each and every one of you, all of the fam that's in here. Once again, I mean, that's exactly what we are. I can't stress that enough. We are fam. Thank you so much for the support. We are all united in one, and that is in the Tejano Cultura. So thank you all once again. DJ Player, DJ Sip, the 1000s. I mean, everyone in, all the DJs, and just everyone else that is just supporting. We appreciate each and every one of you.
Saludos to Alma and Kaboyaya out of Cypress, Texas. American Tejano.
American Tejano.
Yeah, American Tejano. I love that. Thank you to all our new followers. Please be following us for more updates of who we're going to have. Sorry, George, I didn't want to lose this comment. Chris Rivera, saludos. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're good. No, thank you for joining, everyone. It was a fun night. Like I said, we're going back to back tonight, so we'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15. Make sure and join us. It's going to be a good one, another good one for that matter. They're all good, but it's good. It's a back-to-back week, so we're looking forward to spending extra time with y'all tomorrow night. But again, thank you for the support. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you to the mods. Great job for holding it down.
Yes.
Couldn't do it without y'all. And hell, good night.
That's
Well,
right.
speaking real quick, we have Monica Saldivar in here, and then we have NTX, Monica.
NTX.
And then we have NTX in here. So big saludos to
Saldivar.
NTX. We have a event here in McKinney, Texas, September 5th and 6th. Los Tex Maniacs. Chris Rivera will be here Friday night. And then Saturday, they have an amazing lineup. J Pettis, DLG, Latin Breed, J.R. Gomez and the Conjunto Bandits, Monica. Who am I missing? Eric Masore, Eric y su grupo Masore. Who am I missing? NTX. Who am I
American
missing?
Tejano, is that Chris?
That's
Is that
NTX.
you?
Yeah,
That's
he
NTX.
has a long story. He has a long story.
Let's
But
say,
big
man, you
thanks to
going
Monica.
undercover on
She's
us,
in-
man?
Little ninja.
He's spying. Y'all go follow Monica. She's in the chat. She's going to be also at the event September 6th. So we are so excited. We're a proud sponsor of the McKinney Latin Fall Festival. Go check out, I have a pinned video on my page that has all of the artists. I'm inviting everybody. His phone died in Mexico, so he's getting a new one and he'll revamp everything. So
Well, luckily it was just your phone.
yeah. But yes, everyone right there. There's Monica. She is going to be one of the headliners at Latin McKinney Latin Fall Festival. He told me how to shorten it, but that's what it is. So September 5th and 6th, we're having an official meet and greet with Let's Talk Tejano. We're a proud sponsor of that event. So if you're in the area or plan to come on, come over and meet us. We're going to have a booth with all of our merch. And we look forward to meeting you all. Sorry, I had to do a quick plug while we had her in here. I knew it was going to be too long. Thank you, Monica, for the follow. We're so excited to have McKinney host this wonderful event. 2 days of great music.
That's right.
Yes. All right. De parte de Triple M and Let's Talk Tejano. Have a great evening. Be safe. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow, 8:15, on the other social media platform with Los Chamacos. Bye, y'all.
All right. Good night, everyone.
You're listening to Let's Talk Tejano with your host, Miss Mary Triple M, interviewing the latest and greatest in Tejano music y más.